Welcome to Everyday Wonderings. Recently, my friend Eric asked me if I'd like to join him and his friends for lunch at a Michelin. Wait, is that how you say it? At a Michelin 3-star restaurant. Palais is the only 3-star Michelin restaurant in Taipei and Taichung. It serves Cantonese style cuisines and is only a short 3-minute walk from Taipei main station. So without further ado, let's get to the food. The meal starts with a hibiscus flower vinegar aperitif. If you ever had a hibiscus flower drink before, this tastes like a richer, more flavorful version of that, with a slight tartness of vinegar at the end. While we debated what to order, this complimentary side dish appeared on our table. And here's our first order of the day. Wait. 九零大叶青散普洱茶. It's a traditional fermented tea from Yunnan with a rich, smooth flavor and a hint of earthiness. Then came Chancho Ohaku, stir-fried pork ribs with vinegar sauce. The pork was juicy and tender and everything, but the real highlight of this dish was actually the sauce. The addition of zhenjiangchu brought an unexpected depth and a refreshing acidity to this dish. Next up, scallion and radish cakes. Not those! These! I do have to say they were a significant upgrade from their street food counterparts. They were crispy on the outside, completely filled with scallions and shrimp on the inside. The radish cakes had bits of Cantonese sausages in them. You could actually see the radish pieces and taste the sweetness of the radish. After the cakes, it was time for what is possibly the most well-known dish from Daikon, the crispy roast duck. Other than being crispy, juicy, delectable, and all the other goodness, its fame is probably due to this single moment.
烧完了，
Yup, that's it. All those exciting, flame-filled photos you saw on the internet. Yeah. Okay, so lighting the duck on fire wasn't just for show. The flames are created by pouring burning liquor or wine all over the duck. This infuses the duck with a pleasant wine aroma. The aroma wasn't as apparent in the duck wraps, but was quite noticeable in the sliced duck. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. The duck was actually made into 3 dishes, the first one being the sliced duck. The second one was 2 types of duck wraps. One was only skin, and one was meat on the skin. All of those were served on a cute ducky plate. The third dish was a choice of duck porridge and duck rice vermicelli soup, I think. I'm not sure what the other choice was, because when our waitress mentioned porridge, Eric was like, porridge! And that's what we ordered. Anyways, the duck wraps and sliced duck were delicious, but a real surprise was the duck porridge. The duck flavor was balanced out by a delicate hint of ginger. There was also this Cantonese style flavor that I couldn't quite pinpoint. Someone thought it could have been star anise. And now we have some tofu dishes. First up, we have braised seafood and tofu with shrimp sauce. The shrimp, sea cucumber, and all the other seafood were all cooked to the perfect degree of doneness. The braising allowed the tofu to take in the sauce, loading the tofu with delightful flavors. The other tofu dish was stir-fried Julienned tofu, chicken, and ham. I know it doesn't look like much, but it must have been painstaking to cut tofu into such tiny strips. If you're wondering how soft, mushy tofu can be cut into teeny tiny strips, the tofu used in this dish is actually 百叶豆腐, which is a firmer, springier type of tofu. That and knife skills. The subtle presence of sesame oil in this dish made it comforting and familiar. Speaking of familiar, one of Eric's friends ordered this ultra low-key dish that is in every home cook's repertoire, at least in Taiwan. What's special about this dish is how the water spinach was grown. The spinach here is from Yilan and grown with the water from hot springs. This makes them extra big. The difference is like regular straws and bubble tea straws. After the familiar, we went for a taste of the unfamiliar. 宫保乾坤袋 is the stomachs of frogs, Wok-Fried 宫保 style. The stomachs tasted surprisingly normal, just a bit chewy. The real star of the show here is actually the 宫保 seasoning. The savory, spicy combination would be perfect with a cold one. Last but not least, we have my favorite dish of the day, 春风得意肠. It offers 3 distinct textures in one bite. The supple rice wrapper, the crispy fry layer, and the al dente firmness of the shrimp. We then wrapped up our meal with some desserts. 4 desserts to be exact. The baked egg tarts were warm and soft on the inside, flaky and crispy on the outside. The Malaigao Cantonese Sponge Cake was not baked, but steamed. It was moist, not overly sweet, and very springy. The 炸豆腐奶 is a deep-fried pastry, dusted all over with powdered sugar, and filled with a generous amount of cheese. For something deep-fried, it didn't feel greasy at all. All of those desserts were wonderful, but my favorite has to be the longevity peaches. The lotus seed filling was so rich and smooth, I could have easily eaten 2 or 3 of those. The peaches were actually a complimentary birthday dish for our birthday boy. There was also a complimentary tea to go with the desserts. I don't remember what the name was, but it had a floral fragrance to it. We also received packets of tea bags to take home with us. Eric's friend said those were different from the ones they received last time. Our meal ended up being 15,101 new Taiwan dollars, including a 10% service fee, which is about 2,500 per person. It was on the higher end of things, but it was quite nice for a special occasion. So, what do you think? Would you ever eat at Daikon? Let me know in the comments below, and I would also love to know what your favorite restaurants are. Thank you very much for watching, and a big thank you to Eric and friends for waiting patiently while I filmed 5 takes of everything, plus 2 photos. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next Everyday Wondering.